The new moon solar eclipse in Libra is a potent time for reflection and recalibration. Ancient people looked at the solar eclipses as natural moments of calibration to get back in sync with the natural rhythm. So this is your invitation to look within and examine the intricate web of relationships that define your world at this point, starting with the one you have with yourself. Libra is the sign of balance and harmony, asking you to assess where things may feel a bit out of alignment. And doesn't matter how much you're really working on yourself, this is a great reminder to check up, like, where are you maybe giving too much of yourself to others, or maybe too little of yourself to others? Are you over social? Are you maybe not enough social? Just to recognize where you are. It's just a lot of, it's a great time to reflect on these things. As today the portal is open, the energy is the most potent, and it may really encourage you to look deep within yourself and notice how satisfied you are with a relationship with yourself. Like, are you nurturing yourself the way you deserve to be nurtured? Or is there something you could add up, like a good routine, a good workout routine, maybe it's some meditation? Are you stretching yourself, like, out of the comfort zone? Are you doing every single day something that challenges you a little bit, that also allow you to grow and expand? Just few things to reflect on. So it's also, related a lot to the understanding. Are we really happy with how our life is going? Because all these eclipses every single year bring to us profound transformation if we really pay attention to it. And eclipses are like an energetic reset button. This one today is quite a powerful one. It helps us to release the outdated emotional patterns, unresolved conflicts, and certain limiting beliefs that have been quietly steering our lives. And if we just pay attention to who we don't want to be anymore, and if today we decide that from now on I will be practicing becoming this new me, however you see yourself from this moment on. Sometimes it's good if we have this sense of urgency to really remind ourselves, okay, today I'm quitting with this. And energetically speaking, today you are the most supported to do something like that. So maybe just take a piece of paper and write it down, like who you are no longer willing to be. Like, what actions will you no longer demonstrate? What emotions will you no longer tolerate? And what beliefs will you no longer keep repeating? Maybe ask yourself, where have I been holding onto relationships or ideas that no longer serve me, that no longer fulfill me? It's a great question. Or maybe, what emotional baggage am I ready to let go of? And it's a tough one, because we don't just release something, right? But if we sit down and pay attention to how we feel, or if we don't feel much, we can ask ourselves or try to visualize something that makes us feel certain emotional, state. Like, for example, I don't know, an angry boss, or a pile of bills, or something that will make you feel emotional. And then just ask yourself, where are you feeling it? Just notice, how are you feeling it? Because sometimes people are just not aware of how they feel, and therefore these unaware emotions are controlling them, and then they complain and judge and, walk around in misery. Well, we could actually acknowledge what's happening within ourselves, and then we could find a new approach. Like, okay, I can do something about it. I don't need to be a victim of my fear or anger or frustration. I could actually channel these emotions more constructively. I could be more aware in my conversations. I could actually mentally rehearse myself in the future, like how I'm treating this situation, how I'm talking with this person, and so on and so on. We can train ourselves, right? So the point is that you recognize you're so much more powerful and you can actually retrain yourself. And today is a great time to start doing something about it. I know so many of you are already doing a lot about it. And today I'm just reminding you there's still something maybe that is holding you back, and just notice, it's all about progress, right? It's all about growth and moving forward. So there's also the energy of the South Node in this eclipse that amplifies the need for release. So many of you may be deeply aware of the things that may be holding you back or blocking you, only so you find a solution. You can meditate on it, journal on it, really go deeper, sit with yourself until you find answers. It's something you don't need to rush, but it's very healthy if you get just a bit deeper into understanding what to do about the present situation so you can move yourself forward. Instead, of complaining about where you are or what's going on, just remind yourself that you can change, that you're already worthy of change. And if you're willing to wake up, work on this whatever thing, keep maintaining your routines, keep working hard at whatever matters to you, know that you are getting towards that vision that you have for yourself. Those are subtle shifts, but they're making huge progress that you're making every single day. So remember that your intuition, if you let it, will guide you toward the answer you seek. So allow this eclipse today to offer you a moment of recalibration, to recognize that there's a rhythm that is moving you. You're not alone here. You're a particle of God. You're dancing to a rhythm of life. And if you become aware of where life is taking you, sometimes it just requires a lot of courage to admit to yourself that you actually want to move into this specific direction. And saying yes to it may feel as a great reward. So, just pay attention to it, right? The only constant in life is change, said Heraclitus. And it's so true. So, know that it's okay to move on. I want to give you 5 practical reminders that can maybe give you something to think about today. The first one is balance your relationships. The Libra energy of this eclipse focuses on harmony and fairness in relationships, which means that it reminds us to think deeply. Are we being who we are truly meant to be in relationships with others? Like, as I mentioned at the beginning, are we giving too much of ourselves? Or maybe too little? Are we being honest? Are we being authentic? Are we satisfied, or is it draining us? It's, those are all certain indications that help us to see where to evolve, or what kind of people to maybe leave behind and move on. Then the second reminder is to create space for reflection. Create space for reflection. Like, have a bit more time alone maybe, or go into nature for a long walk and just go into introspection a little bit. Like yesterday I went into a forest, I sat down, I felt so great, like quite isolated but connected with nature, and I got some answers that I was seeking, and you know, it just feels good when you find some clarity around something you've been wondering, and sometimes you can't find it at home, or you can't find it at your usual environments. You need to go somewhere where maybe nothing will bother you. So it's something I would encourage you to do today. And it will also help you to open your mind and become more acceptable for new realizations. Maybe something practical is to sit down, light a candle, create a wonderful environment, play some music, sit down in a quiet meditation for 10 to 15 minutes and just focus on releasing the old and just, feeling something that was hard for you, feeling something you've been carrying around, and just notice how by feeling it you're releasing it. How by feeling it is slowly releasing or kind of leaving your body. And then as it gets released, find that pace that was beneath it. It was stored energy, and when stored energy gets released, there's pace that stays, right? That awakens. So find that pace within you. Then the third thing is to set intentions while you're releasing all these energies. Set intentions, just be intentional. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? It's a perfect time to think deeply about this right now and just recognize what you wish for your life from this point on. Who you want to become, into whom you want to evolve. And you could write it down. You can write down all these limiting beliefs that you still have, all these fears that you've been holding on to. And then on the other side of these beliefs, find the opposite of that. If your limiting belief is that you're feeling stuck because of certain situation, then what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of that? I can learn to find a new way to grow through this. I know I can find a solution for this challenge or whatever it is. And then believing in the solution will actually motivate you to find it, to keep studying until you find something that will work. That's how powerful it can be when you decide to change a limiting belief for more constructive story that will push you forward. Never be stuck just because you believe into something that may not even be real. Then the fourth reminder I want to give you is to work on some heart coherence. Heart coherence is it's a practice where you teach your body to get into a calm state where inside of your heart you feel peaceful, you feel grateful, and you feel safe. It's a practice where you slow down your breathing, you place your attention into your heart, and you awaken emotions of gratitude. You really feel them. And the easiest way to do it is to visualize a memory where you felt grateful. A memory where you felt something nice happen to you, something great happened to you. What happens when you are thinking about a memory that reminds you of gratitude? Your heart goes into a state of gratitude and it starts beating in a very coherent rhythm. What starts happening, it signals your nervous system that you're safe, that it's safe to be. And what happens, that signal goes into your brain and your brain goes into a very coherent state. It's a state where we feel connected with life. It's a state where we feel one with the universe. It's a state where we suddenly become very, very creative. And in this state, each intention is heard. Each prayer will be answered. And you just feel like you're not alone in this. You just recognize the presence that makes your heart beating. And why I'm reminding you of that, it also reconnects you back with the rhythm of life. So as before I've mentioned this meditation, where I said you can, turn on the candle, play some nice music. You can add up this heart coherence to that meditation and just see how it makes you feel. It's something, I'm doing it every single day in the morning. I'm doing a longer meditation, usually 30 minutes or 1 hour. But maybe if you're not doing it, decide to start doing it from now on. It has so much of biological benefits, like it slows down aging, it makes your body healthier, your body starts producing healing chemistry, and there's so much of wonderful science in this. And I've just watched the documentary called The Source that was done by Dr. Joe Dispenza's team, and it's there's so much of great information about it. Maybe go and watch it or do some research. I think it will just inspire you to really do this work and really love yourself for doing that. And then the last reminder I want to give you is I want to give you actually 3 affirmations for today, to maybe write them down, have them with you, and just keep reminding yourself of these things. For me personally, I don't believe much in affirmations, because when I was studying things for myself, when I needed it the most, affirmations didn't work much. But now sometimes I love them. I just write them down to keep kind of training my mindset to think certain way. So I want to give you 3 affirmations for today. The first one is, I release what no longer serves me, and I welcome new balance into my life. So what I want to say with this affirmation right now is, don't stay at words. Don't keep it just at words. If you just say it to yourself, it will have no benefit. But if you sit with it and visualize yourself like releasing what no longer serves you, notice if you identify what no longer serves you, what you don't want to hold on to anymore, what you don't want to repeat in your life anymore. Stop repeating it and you will welcome new balance into your life. And for some people it's hard, and what can be helpful is what's helpful for athletes, what's helpful for me when I'm painting. It's visualization, like seeing yourself embodying these new habits, these new routines, this new attitude. And just, imagining yourself, mentally rehearsing it, doing it, like waking up a bit earlier, working out in the morning, meditating, being kind to others, whatever it is, just visualize yourself. That's how you make affirmation then very useful and powerful. And then through the day, you reread it so it reminds you of what you've been practicing in that visualization, so when the time comes, you can truly be that person. I release what no longer serves me and welcome new balance into my life. The second affirmation is, I create harmonious relationships, starting with the one I have with myself. This one should remind you to be in harmony with yourself, especially when your life gets tough and you start blaming yourself, or you start, being angry towards yourself. Be honest with yourself. It's important to be honest with yourself. It's important to face with the truth when you need to. but then establish a harmonious relationship with yourself, which means that you find at the end of the day kindness for yourself, compassion for yourself, which means that doesn't matter how much mistakes you've done, you are someone who's learning and you don't know everything. And the fact is you're dealing with all kinds of habitual patterns that are working against your kindness and love many times. So that's why you need to be kind towards yourself, because you're not really on an easy journey. It's not an easy thing to rewrite a pattern for maybe healthier one. And that's why you should celebrate yourself and you should be kind towards yourself. And the last affirmation, I am open to transformation and I trust the universe to guide me toward my highest good. This one is very powerful one. I am open to transformation, which means I am open to change. Whatever is leading me into a certain specific change in my life, I am open for it. I'm not afraid of it, I'm open for it. So when you get afraid of change, get back to this affirmation, I am open to transformation. I'm openly accepting whatever new is finding me. And I trust the universe to guide me toward my highest good. There is a highest good. You're naturally striving towards highest good. It's like the intuitive impulse you have within. That's why it's so important to kind of fight against laziness, because laziness is taking you away from the highest good. It's taking you just in its opposite direction. So to trust the universe means that you trust the possibility. You trust that that vision of yours, it's possible, but you need to work for it. And it is taking you towards your highest good. And you will make it happen. You will make it happen. So, my friends, I hope you found something valuable today. And I want you to enjoy this special day, potent energy. May it inspire you to become who you came here to be and to lead a life you will be proud of. So I hope also you've enjoyed in today's painting, and thanks to everyone for choosing to support my art in our store AttractPassion.com. And you're all truly appreciated, my friends. And also thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for more exclusive content. Till next time, one love.